going on, people? Hope you are all well. It is that time again for another build vlog. This build itself is a little bit different. It is a car that features a full wide arch body kit, wheels, and a couple of other little bits and pieces. I was approached by a good friend of mine and one of my followers, and I follow them as well. I'm not going to give too much away, but he approached me about bringing a vision to reality. So here we go, we're going to jump straight in. So another build, here it is. Let's get it unwrapped. So here it is after unwrapping it and unboxing it. As we can see, it is a McLaren 720S, and I must admit, this is a lovely looking car. It's quite a big spec on this, so it's going to be having a full wrap, it's going to be having a body kit and full custom work to replicate something very special for a good friend of mine. All will be revealed throughout the build vlog. I don't want to give away too much just yet because I want you to watch the process. Obviously we're going to be lowering it, changing the wheels, doing some other bits and pieces. So here we go. So got it lowered all round. Got about 15mm clearance on the front and around about a 10mm clearance on the rear. And as we can see, we've got a wide track. We've got around about 15mm poke on the front and around about 40mm on the rear, mainly because of the way that this car is going to be looking. It has to be wider on the front. So we can see it sticks out a fair amount, which is nice. That's absolutely fine on the rear. However, with the front, what we have problems with is I've made spacers just temporary. These will obviously, everything will all be cleaned up, but on lock, we're not on full lock at the moment, and we are hitting the door. And on the front, we start to hit the arch here. Now this is going to be having a full body kit, so the plan will be to cut down this section of the bumper so it doesn't catch. I will have to look into the door issue, as this is part of the door. I don't really want to be cutting the door up, but if it's something that I've got to do to make this work, then unfortunately that is part of building these kids cars. So here we go. So that is the front arches now done, matching on both sides. These arches have actually taken me around about 3 to 4 hours just to get them right. Obviously you can see where my markings are with my white paint pen to make sure I've got a moulding, as we can see here, moulded here, and we've got a lip around here as well. You can't really see it on the profile. So we have got full lock. It doesn't catch on the arch. That's how I've molded it. And then we can see on the front a light bit of scuff, but nothing that's going to cause any damage to the tire. It literally just misses it by a fraction. To get a bit more lock, I'm going to have to shave the inside of the door. So yeah, I'm very pleased with the way these have turned out, and for the gap that's in the door, because of the type of doors that these are. So if I just open it, it still opens and closes, hence why there's a gap in the front arch. So now it's a case of working on the rear arch. So here we go. So rear arch template is now done. Kept a vent here just to replicate the car that this is based on. Tried to follow the line as best I could. Obviously this is just masked in place. It will then follow around the back, following the line of the rear bumper, And yeah, so we've got a little bit of poke on the front, as we can see, but once it's all screwed in place and fixed in place, that obviously poke will be reduced again a little bit more fractionally. So yeah, I love how wide this is actually looking, and I cannot wait to get this arc all finished again. It is going to be having a full wrap, so we're going to carry on making the rear arch. So here we go. So front arches are done and rear arches are done. There's been a lot of fettling involved with trying to match them both on each side. So as we can see, yeah, we've got air vent here, kept a little bit of a poke again to match the front as we go round and then to the other side. Obviously this was my template marking where I was going to line all the arches up anyway. This is all going to be wrapped anyway. So the next bit is I've got to make 2 vents which come up like this, which is then starting to make the car look more and more like what I'm replicating. So this is going to be the tricky bit. Never done anything like this before, so here we go. So we saw in the time lapse, obviously I was working on the rear fins, and this is what I've come up with as a template. So if we go around this side from the rear, we can see obviously it's going to be matching either side. I was going to bring it up to this line, but I don't think it's going to look right following it, because you're going to have, I would have a massive overhang. So keeping it side on profile, I think is going to work loads better. I did have a partial template to actually extend it, which I still might use. But yeah, from the top, I'm happy with it. It follows the line of the car, which is what I was planning on doing. The trickiest thing with doing this, obviously, once it's converted to the material I'm using, it's going to be a case of how to fix it in place. I'm definitely going to be having a screw here. This pit is going to be joined. So there's going to be a screw here, and I'm not quite sure on the rest. That's going to be my next trickiest option. I might have to make some 90-degree brackets, so one will go here, one will go here, and then bolt them from the inside. But that's how we're looking with the rear fin. So here we go. So the body kit is now completed. I've plated the headlights, so this will be the wrapped one color, and this will be another color to match the bottom half. Got the front arches done, obviously, so the doors can open and close. Rear arch is done. The rear fins are done. Just got to touch up this side, and the bonnet I have made so it does actually open and close. So now it's a case of cleaning up the bodywork, so that it's now ready for wrap. So here we go. So we're on to the trickiest part of the car I have found. This is one of the doors, obviously splits. We've got out panel, inner panel, glass, and also this top trim. I've wrapped the other door. It took me 2.5 hours just to wrap one door. So here it is. And that is one piece. That is not 2 pieces. Obviously we've got body kit piece there. That is one piece. I'm gonna go back down to this so you can see how much of a gully that is within this piece. And on the door, we can see there is a 90-degree. So yeah, I'm gonna time lapse this one just so you can see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I could do a little bit better in a better time. So here we go. And that is the build vlog completed. So let's check out some pictures. Here we go. And that is that build vlog done. It was such a wicked build to do. Again, bringing a car that is from a game to reality as close as physically possible. So massive shout out to Stitch76. Please go and check him out on Instagram and on YouTube. He's got a wicked YouTube channel. Also shout out to Riru, who are the suppliers of the McLaren, and also a shout out to JoshnLisaCreations for doing a sick job on 3D printing the wheels. Please hit that like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with all my videos. Again, check me out on Facebook and on Instagram. Until next time, peace.